this room. Let it all go, let it all go. No submission, this is 250. Greatness or death, this is how we roll. Before I'm laid to rest, I'll conquer the globe.
Another normal day at the doctor's office. Yep, nice and normal. Just a regular checkup. Another appointment. Where's Dr. Frankenstein? Excuse me? The doctor that recommended my surgery. I'm an absolute mess. Why ain't nobody tell me I wasn't going to be an official woman after this damn surgery? Where his ass at? I need answers right now. What do you mean get this all taken care of? I just cut off my ding dong and I'm never getting it back, you dumb hoe. Dr. Kevorkian said all my problems are going to go away once I got this surgery. Look at me. Look at me, I'm a mess. And my artificial vajayjay has closed up. I can't have children and I can only have sex anally. This has been the most humiliating thing I've had to endure in my life. Where is Dr. Frankenstein? Yo, welcome to the 250 Gemstones Culture Channel. This is a culture of excellence. This is a culture that brings truth, direction, and serenity. This is the 250 Gemstones Exchange segment. This is where I give you guys all this great content, and in exchange, you guys either like, comment, or subscribe. Hopefully, all three of the above. Don't be afraid to share my videos. Pass me around, Facebook, Instagram, and all other social media platforms, and y'all know how I feel about my chizzing. If you guys like to support the channel, Cash App, $Michael US. Also, check out my website, 250gemstones.com.co. Also, check out my Spotify podcast, the 250 Gemstones Culture Podcast. Link is in the description. Y'all stay and watch the whole video. We need to talk. Oh man, detransition is a thing that's popular right now, and I'm glad I'm one of the first to get up on this, because we all know when you play with nature, when you play with things that are natural, it never ends good. It just never ends good. I got a very intriguing, shocking, mind-boggling story about a young girl who went through this transition and sadly and deeply regrets it. And she has seen and witnessed all the lies and deception along the way as she was going through her transition. You guys watch this video, brace yourself, get some popcorn, settle down, and soak up all this good information, facts, and perspective. I'm going to be right back with you to give you my opinion. Let's go. According to NewYorkPost.com, detransitioner suing American Academy of Pediatrics. I don't want this to happen to other young girls. Written by Ricky Schlott. Is that Finland? Scotland? Shout out Finland. Shout out Scotland. This is Isabel Ayala. She's now 20. Subject of a new documentary about detransition. That's a new thing that's going on, y'all. Detransition. A Florida woman who medically transitioned from female to male as a 14-year-old is suing the American Academy of Pediatrics, alleging she was whisked through the process as a minor by a collection of actors who prioritize politics and ideology over children's safety, health, and well-being. Quick pause. This is the indoctrination I was talking about. Everybody know the jig is up behind the alphabet community. It's a psychiatric deception. It's a medical deception. It's a scientific deception. It's a spiritual deception. This is what she's talking about. Through the process, they had actors, quote unquote, you can say liars. These people lied to this girl, saying that what the process that she's about to endure was beneficial to her. The process that she was about to endure, talking about the transition, the operations, was a benefit to her. In actuality, it wasn't. This is what she's saying. Isabel Ayala, now 20, is also suing her doctors in Rhode Island in a first of its kind case filed in Providence, Bristol County Superior Court. Bristol, man, this area of Rhode Island, it's been jumping off lately. I thought it was just peaceful and quiet all the way up there in the East Coast, Upper East Coast. I just really don't want this to happen to other vulnerable young girls. Ayala, who lives in Wellington, Florida, told the Post, "I don't want puberty to be the enemy. I don't want our natural biology to be the enemy. Now it sounds like this woman has come back to her senses. Sounds like she has gone astray and she has come back to her senses. Her story is the subject of a new documentary produced by the Independent Women's Forum. What I find so interesting about Isabel is that she's a soft-spoken individual and not someone seeking out attention. This is the IWF Director of Storytelling and Executive Producer Kelsey Bowler told the Post. She's really doing this for the right reason. Doing it for the right reason. Sounds like this woman is like I said, she's coming back home mentally and spiritually, thank God. Ayala says she was sexually assaulted as a child and began y'all have to bear with me. 250 gemstone fan. I'm approaching the word. Like there was another word I'll never forget. Precarious, and now we got Y'all have to bear with me. I went to a public school, right? Precautious, and began precautious puberty at age 12. I'm sorry, at age 8. Both experiences, she says, made her resent her femininity and believe she was better off male. So she had childhood trauma, and none of the doctors addressed the root issue that she was sexually assaulted as a child, and she had precautious puberty at age 8. So she had a lot going on at a very, very, very young age. This is her in her transitioning. This is her. You can see the hair all over her arm. You can see the little peach fuzz. You can see her with her hats, and she does kind of like a boy. It's kind of hard to tell in this picture if you didn't know her. Ayala came out of the transgender at the age of 12. I decided to transition because just a series of unfortunate things I had tied to being female, and those things made me hate being female. At 11, she found solace in the transgender activist community on Tumblr and thought, this is going to fix me. She's on the internet. People are looking for the internet to guide them instead of God. Now see, there's a lot of positive people telling the truth on the internet. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people that's pushing positive thoughts, pushing the positive narratives, people that's out there really getting it in, putting that work. But you got to remember, there's a whole bunch of mofos out there that don't give a damn about nobody, that craves deception, that craves chaos, that craves destruction. She learned from trans activists that fabricating suicide, what's his word? Ideation. Suicidal ideation is a surefire way to get a testosterone prescription quickly. So at age 14, she did just that. I learned from the internet that I had to convince my doctors and family that if they don't affirm me, I'm going to kill myself. So pretty much she had to threaten her family and doctors, like, if you don't let me be a boy. She learned this off the internet. That's what I'm saying. This internet is slimy, is dirty. She learned off the internet, if she can convince and threaten her loved ones and doctors that if you don't let me be myself, which meaning being a boy, if you don't allow me to be myself, be a boy, I'm going to I got YouTube guidelines, I'm going to have to delete myself. If you don't affirm me, I'm going to have to delete myself. Ayala said she was referred to a gender clinic and diagnosed with gender dysphoria by transgender health expert Dr. Jason Rafferty. According to the lawsuit, he determined she would benefit from being put on cross-sex hormones in a single visit that lasted less than an hour. Look what they doing to her, y'all. This is crazy. After 2 appointments, Ayala says she was administering her own testosterone treatment. The AAP did not respond to requests of comment. Ayala alleges that her previous diagnosis of autism, ADHD, and PTSD were largely overlooked by her healthcare provider. So not only did she have trauma from her assault, she had ADHD, and she has autism. She has a lot going on. such a young age, and none of these doctors care about that. They just want to mess her up. The lawsuit claims that her doctors falsely represented that cross-sex hormone therapy was the only treatment option available to Isabel to effectively treat her gender dysphoria, as well as anxiety, depression, PTSD, and self-deletion. Less than a year into the treatment, Ayala says she actually did attempt self-deletion. She was a guinea pig under one of the top experts in the field of so-called gender medicine. She was hitting rock bottom, and he continued to put her down this experimental path of medicine. Oh, these people are sick. Independent Women's Forum Director of Storytelling, Kelsey Bowler, is the executive producer of a documentary about Ayala's case. She's a beautiful woman too. Wait, hey, is this a woman? Hey, is this a woman? Hey, y'all let me know. Hey, I don't want y'all putting my name in them streets. Hey, I'm just saying, based off this picture, it looks like a woman, Kelsey. By age 17 in 2020, Ayala felt urged to begin presenting femininely again. A YouTuber who had detransitioned inspired her to identify as a woman again, and she soon realized her transition had been a massive mistake. Thank God somebody is telling the truth. Go ahead, Ayala. Go ahead, girl. Come back home to your natural state. Now, hopefully you get your mind right. Go get you some therapy. Get right with the Lord. Go get you a husband. Have some babies. Get on. What the hell y'all doing? 3 years on, according to the lawsuit, she struggles with unwanted body hair, vaginal atrophy, and an altered bone structure from the testosterone. She has since contracted she contracted the disease, y'all. She has since contracted y'all, please bear with me. It sounds like Japanese. Hashimoto's disease. She has contracted Hashimoto's disease, an autoimmune disease that only the males in her family have a history of from taking testosterone. Oh, this girl has, I feel sorry for this baby right here, y'all. She's going through so much. Autism, ADHD, PTSD. She been assaulted, the S word assaulted. She was lied to by her doctors. She couldn't get any genuine help, and now she has a disease that only comes from the males in her family. Ooh. Y'all want to read the rest of this article, y'all? Oh man, this is crazy. NYPost.com. I'm gonna meet y'all on the other side to give you my opinion. I'm gonna meet y'all on the other side. Lord, this is crazy. Would y'all like my opinion? Would y'all like my opinion? Of course you do. That's why your ass is here. We all know. Now, I ain't gonna say we all know. Most people know that a man cannot be a woman and a woman cannot be a man. So we want to already establish that. Ayala has established that. Many people has gone through this. Even the people that live that lifestyle deep down inside, they know this is why they're in such confusion. But this is not to bash people who live that lifestyle, because we all have been lost at some point of our life. You know what I mean? But I mainly want to talk about the doctors. Can we talk about the doctors, y'all? Can we talk about the doctors? In my personal opinion, I think this. I think the transition thing, the operation needs to be banned. It should be outlawed. If anybody's caught performing it, should have their license removed and do some type of jail time. What y'all think? I'm just throwing some things out there because it's not beneficial to the patient, because the patient is still suffering from whatever they're suffering, whether it's mentally, spiritually, emotionally. The physical, a lot of times the physical is last. The physical is just a representation of the mental and the emotional and the spiritual. Just like if a person is mentally motivated to go work out and get their bodies right, well, their physical is going to reflect that. If a person is a woman is trying to be a man or whatever going on, she's going through this transition, it's obvious there's something going on with her because her physical is reflecting the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual. So it's an internal warfare that's going on. And I don't understand how, giving this woman all these hormones, because she you can't even give her a fake penis. Yeah, I can say penis. It's a scientific word. I'm trying to clean up my act, yo. I'm trying to get this money for real, for real. I'm trying to get this money, so I gotta clean up my act. But I'm still that nigga, right? I'm still that. Don't ever get that misconstrued. I can still be aggressive and follow some goddamn guidelines, right? She got problems. Many people got problems. And the reason I'm putting boots in the doctor's ass, because they are there to help people. Why nobody address that she has autism, address the ADHD, address the PTSD from her S word assault when she was a child? Traumatic experiences. She has many complications, and they overlooked that because their only focus was injecting this young lady with all of these hormones. Absolutely absurd. These people need to be locked up. I'm sorry. They'll lock a nigga up for a bag of chips. Black babies get killed for stealing a bag of chips in a Chinese store. But these doctors are putting unnecessarily putting these chemicals in people. And these chemicals ultimately just alters the anatomy of a person and can have long-term effects. And they get to walk the world free, walk out into the free world. They don't get scrutinized. They're not facing charges. How are they able to put chemicals in human beings that can ultimately mess them up, and they're still able to perform? They're still able to go into a doctor's office and do it again. I don't think nothing will happen to these doctors because the government is leaning this way. All this is distraction. I don't know what they're distracting us from, but it's something big because, well, I know they're distracting us from excellence. This has to be a culture of excellence. This has to be a culture of decorum. It has to be a culture of astuteness. I'm working on my vocab, y'all. I'm working on my vocab. Astuteness. You have to be. You have to go through this world with a certain type of mannerism. Have to go through this world with a certain type of perspective, standards. This generation, they have robbed the generation of standard. When you start beginning to take the standard out of a generation, you begin to lose the beauty in the fight. She was in a fight. She had internal warfare, a deep internal warfare, and all the people that she ran to let her down. Now, I'm surprised her parents, sometimes the parents just can't reach their children. It happens a lot. The parents can't reach their children. But for her to go to a doctor, she said an expert in this so-called manner, somebody should have told her, listen, you'll never be a man. There's no reason to waste your time, waste my time. You have bigger issues. You have much issues to worry about rather than trying to figure out if you're a man or a woman. You got to get over all of this trauma. She's severely traumatized at a young age, and these doctors don't give a damn. And not only did they give these hormone injections to her, they're trying to do this to millions of young girls, or girls in general, women in general. But y'all flood my comments. Should this procedure be outlawed? Should the procedure of men transitioning to women and women transitioning to men, should this procedure be outlawed in America? And if people are feeling this way, they feel like they're having an out-of-body experience, they're having problems identifying themselves, should there be other methods to go about rather than going through surgeries and hormone treatments? Flood my comments. I want to know what y'all think. 250 capital G. I'm gone.